Well, here we are again. You caught me vacuuming and without a stitch of makeup on. Welcome back, darlings, to another edition of EVA, where I take a break from drinking my martini and rolling my eyes just long enough to make sense of the absolute villainy we're forced to endure on the interwebs. Now, what has crossed my sparkling feed today, you ask? Oh, honey, back up. This one's a real gem. So, it appears that a certain distinguished politician, bless her little heart, has decided to share with the world that yes, they can control the weather. That it's the liberals. It's ridiculous for anyone to lie and say it can't be done. Oh my God, you heard that right, sugar. We are talking The Weather Wars, the sequel starring your least favorite conspiracy theorist. Apparently, they've got a PhD in weather malarkey that the rest of us just missed. Uh, 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 oh, oh. Now, I don't know about you all, but last time I checked, the Weather Channel still has to guess if I'm going to need an umbrella next week. But according to this genius who clearly suffers from the Dunning-Kruger effect, which for those of you who don't know, is when people are so dumb, they don't realize just how dumb they are. Our fine government's been out here making it rain since, what, the 1800s? Is it some secret government bureau? The Department of Clouds and Thunderstorms? Oh my gosh! Huh. I mean, y'all, if we could control the weather, I mean, don't you think we would have handled the whole global warming situation by now? Especially if it's the liberals. If the government could really make it rain, you bet I'd be seeing them at every dry wedding I've ever attended, saving the day with a spontaneous monsoon right when Aunt Susie decides to start singing her karaoke rendition of Wind Beneath My Wings. Sweetheart, no one's controlling the weather. Not your grandpa, not your senator, not your local weatherman, and certainly not some politician who probably thinks El Nino is a new taco on the menu at Chili's. But hey, who am I to argue with the certified expert in conspiracy theories? Maybe next week we'll find out that gravity is optional. And we've just been lied to by the big science people this whole time. Well, my little thunderclaps, I'm off to tweet NASA and ask them to turn down the heat in Texas. But she's an American. She has every right to be an idiot. She has every right to be stupid. Oh, I'm ready to tear into this one. Oh, honey, grab your tea, hold on your wigs, because Marjorie Taylor Greene, the queen of conspiracy, who has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Now, Marjorie was born into a life of privilege. I mean, her little daddy's construction company gave her the foundation for her wealth. Oh, but baby, she's been building quite the alternative reality ever since. Greene has often exaggerated her role in her family's business, claiming she was like deeply involved, when in fact, most of her political identity was built on a foundation of misrepresentation. Do you remember whenever she was following AOC around in the halls of Capitol Hill, harassing her about socialism as if she was some kind of high school bully? Do you also remember when she was accosting Parkland shooting survivor David Hogg, calling him a crisis actor and badgering him as if her outlandish conspiracy theories would make any sense? But wait, sugar, that's just the start. Marjorie has now jumped headfirst into the wild world of QAnon conspiracy, spreading unfounded claims like a kid on a sugar high. I mean, she has backed some of the most bizarre ideas, including that Hillary Clinton has been involved in a satanic child murders, space lasers cause wildfires, and she even has cast doubt on 9/11. It's like the more outrageous the claim, the more she's on board. I mean, who else could rise to fame believing and promoting such wild conspiracy theories? All the while downplaying actual facts and downplaying how freaking stupid she was. Marjorie Taylor Greene, that too, she turned misinformation into an art form. Just not the kind you would hang in a gallery, or like something you would find in the back of your weird uncle's basement. Betty's advice, girl, facts are free. Use them. Facts are free, use them. Well, sugar, let me tell you, Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't just riding the Trump train. No, she has been driving that thing straight into the depths of misinformation since day one. She's got a first-class ticket to the land of conspiracy where facts are optional and logic checks out at the door. Go away! She ran her campaigns on half-truths, outright lies, and devotion to Donald Trump. Remember when she grabbed his crotch, the cardboard cutout? She is drenched in the Dunning-Kruger effect. She believes she's this political genius when in reality she's just playing a dangerous game of make-believe with real-world consequences. In Congress now, armed with her megaphone of misinformation, pushing her warped version of reality from inside the halls of power. Oh, and let me tell you, honey, that's so dangerous. I mean, when you've got someone this confidently wrong, spreading falsehoods, from such a high perch, it threatens the very fabric of democracy. But you know, who am I to say? It's like giving the keys to a clown car and expecting them to drive the bus straight. Well, they're going to drive it all right into a cracker barrel. The fear-mongering and reckless rhetoric is especially toxic in the current political climate. She's not just sharing her opinions. Oh no, darling. She's actively amplifying lies that undermine public trust. She spreads division, and she fuels extremism, and she supports her demagogue. Leaders can't even agree on basic facts. The whole system starts to crack, and Marjorie, the queen of conspiracy, is happily pouring gasoline on the flames. And they say people like me need to be controlled by laws. What's the bottom line, honey? We can't afford leaders who make ignorance a virtue. The more she babbles, the more dangerous things get for the rest of us. That's simple. So buckle up, y'all, because we're going to talk about something real important, our future. And honey, if you're as tired of the political bullshit and the circus as I am, we need to grab our best heels, a strong cup of tea, a martini, and head to the voting booth. That's right, we're talking about voting. That thing that you can do that's actually more powerful than a Twitter rant. Now, I know you're asking, why is this drag queen on here gorgeous, talking about politics? Well, it's because people like Marjorie Taylor Greene didn't just fall out of the sky and land in Congress like an alien on a mission. Though sometimes the things that she says make you wonder. No, these folks got there because we let them. Yes, we. Well, not me, but some of y'all out there, bless your little hearts. The beauty of this country is that we all have the power to decide who gets the keys of the kingdom. If you're tired of seeing conspiracy theorists, misinformation spreaders, and reality deniers running amok in Washington, guess what? You can stop it with your vote. And honey, don't think your vote doesn't count. That's like thinking glitter isn't essential to drag. It absolutely matters. Imagine a Congress filled with people who actually know what the shit they're talking about. Shocking, right? Shocking! People who believe in science, who believe in facts, who maybe even common sense. And guess what, sugar plums? We can make that happen. You and me and everyone else who still remembers how to read past the headline on social media. We can all head to the voting booth and make a difference. Now, voting might not seem as glamorous as me, but let me tell you, honey, it's got the same power to transform. One vote at a time, we can take back control from the Dunning-Kruger queens of the world, the people in office who won't have you questioning reality every time they open their mouths. And if you're sitting there thinking, Ava, you look so gorgeous, but how do we even get started? Oh, darling, it's easy. Just mark that calendar for election day. It's coming up real soon. Practice your voting pose and get your ass to the polls. It's like a runway show. Don't forget, voting is like padding. Without it, honey, it just doesn't have that same impact. So let's all get out there and vote. Like our future depends on it, because it does, sugar. Go strut to the polls like you've got a wind machine on you like Beyonce. And make sure the next season of politics is one that we actually want to watch. And remember, you hold the power to fire the fools and hire the critical thinkers. Go vote, darling. And let's make sure the drama stays where it belongs, on reality TV, not in Congress. But until then, stay fabulous, stay hydrated, and remember, just because it's trending doesn't mean it's true.